moving on. Let me give a bit of context here because this is crazy. When I heard this, I said, okay, so they're losing it. You didn't think they could lose it more, but they've lost it even more. So we have a woman here who goes by the name Uche, and she was on the Pop the Balloon show. All the men popped the balloons. Immediately they heard her voice. Why? Because it sounded like mine. Yes. It was podcast worthy. She might have a career in podcasting. Besides the funny stuff, the situation was interesting because a lot of the guys were like, hey, you're beautiful, you're attractive, but they just couldn't get down with the voice, right? It was too deep. And there've been a lot of conversations surrounding this particular topic where some people are saying, you know, they were probably afraid that she was trans and that's why they popped it. When I first was reacting to the video, the original video, I wasn't sure. And I was looking at her face. I was like, yeah, this is like, if she is trans, then this is the best job I've ever seen executed on this planet, hands down. I went to her Instagram page. I checked that out. And I was like, this is not a bad looking woman at all. There's no way that this woman is a biological male. This is just not. You know, you can tell. I'm in LA. I see it all the time, bro. It's easy to spot when they get close enough. You look at the hands, you look at the face. I was like, nah, this is a woman from what I can see. But here's what other women had to say in response to this. I'm going to play a little bit of this so you guys can kind of understand if you haven't seen this video.
What's your name?
My name is Uche.
Uche, how old are you?
I'm 23.
So there goes. She's like 23, fairly young as well. And here's what this chick had to say about this particular comment when it came to the Uche chick. And this blew my mind. And I think she's African. It's an African name. Let's check it out.
The recent Pop the Balloon episode with Uche and everybody popping their balloon because they said that her voice is too deep. Oh my God. Men really just, they want children. That's what they want. They want children. They want a woman that got stagnant at puberty. That's what they want. And this is how I know that they really want to date kids. Because I think about when I use
what? You notice her comments there. Above that, it says 4,532 delusional feminist woke women who liked this and agreed. I liked it too, just so I could address it and talk shit. So -1. And then below it, it says 0 comments because she turned off the comments. Men want children, and that's why they don't like low-pitched voices? Come on now.
I used to date men back in high school or middle school, and a lot of those girls, I was one of them. Because we played into the patriarchy. I didn't know no better. Whenever you get on the phone with a man, you would literally make your voice dainty and small to resemble what? A child. And
bro, I need some more coffee, man. I'm running out. This is insane.
They would love that because it sounded cute. Sick people.
This right here is why you cannot leave your children within the guidance and counsel of one of these woke feminist chicks. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. When you have an immigrant woman, whether she comes from like a Asian country, African country, because I've said this a lot about African chicks, you either get a really great woman who embraces her cultural upbringing and understands the beauty of her feminine attributes and also what a man brings to the table. Or you get the worst version of a feminist that you've ever seen. I'm talking worse than what you see here in the States. They take it a step further because they come from a society that respects men simply for what's between their legs. Now, you may think that's a good thing. I disagree, right? I think there's a level of competence that has to be associated with respect when it comes to picking a man, family structure, so on and so forth. Yes, but she's sitting there and she's thinking about how she used to talk to men on the phone and sound dainty and make her voice sound small, more feminine and not so deep. And she's saying that's because men like children, really? And so what about if we reverse it? Because I remember those days. I remember getting on the phone. What did I do? I used to try and make my voice sound deeper. I used to try to make my voice sound deep. before I was 18, 21, before I was an adult. Does that mean that those younger girls want old men and that's what they're attracted to? Come on, that's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And somebody commented on her post and they said this, right? I'm going to read this comment to you so you guys can see how unhinged. You got to be careful, man. Don't go out here, lack sexual discipline, find yourself a chick like this, get her pregnant, and now there goes your seed being raised by one of these feminist chicks. You're going to lose it. You're going to lose it. They're going to have a failed starting point. So the comment she was responding to here says, I think they were scared if she was trans or not. Men really be scared. And here's what she had to say.
Surprise, surprise. Girl, these men have you so fooled. Men are not scared of trans women. Men are just scared of being attracted to trans women when other men are present. Wake up. Wake up. They're not scared of trans women. They're scared of when they are openly attracted to trans women when other men are present. Because you know why? They care about what other men think. And if they care about what other men like. What other men like gives them permission on what they can like out loud. I don't know no man that's scared of a trans woman. None of them. They scared they're gonna get turned on by a trans woman in the midst of other men. Now check that. Y'all gotta wake up, child. Please, and stop.
It's just insanity, bro. That's just insane. So in secret, most men are just attracted to trans women. That's what she's trying to say. Or is it the fact that they're on the dating apps and they see these women sometimes and they're using face filters and tweaking their faces and skin to look like women, and they have to be extra careful. There's this thing, and you guys know, is that like, yes, a guy doesn't want to be like, oh, how about her? And like, oh, I think that's a dude. And then the guys there laugh at him. And if he's not, it's just fun. I can't believe we're out here explaining this. If he's not somebody who is attracted to trans people, of course he's going to sit there and be embarrassed. He's allowed to not be attracted to trans people. And yes, a lot of transitioners really do their best and find satisfaction. We've seen this plenty of times in tricking some of these men who would otherwise not be attracted to them. That's why you hear all the horrible stories. And then people are encouraging them saying, hey, you want to be as honest as possible when you're out here dating, especially online, when you can really edit the photos and then you meet people in person. And now you're on TikTok crying saying, oh, I can't believe it. Let's see. I just thought that was insane. We're going to move on here. We're going to move on. I'm going to touch on something here. This is a good topic.